Nice. Abba Namaste, everyone. Christian Long, Life Enhancement Consulting, giving you a big and beautiful shout out on this Transformation Sunday, where we do a tiny lecture on spirituality. We do our meditation practice, and then we receive a little bit of healing at the end. But before we begin, let us invoke. Be aware of your heart. Feel the beautiful, loving expansion within the heart. Be aware of the crown. Feel the crown expanding and reaching up to God. And be aware of the heart and the crown together. To the Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, respected and beloved teacher, Grandmaster Cho Kuksui, Lord Mahaguru Jamiling, to Lord Buddha Kuan Yin, to Lord Ganesh, to Holy Master Count Saint Germain, to all the holy gurus, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, healing ministers, to our divine selves or higher souls, we humbly invoke for your divine light, love, and power, for your divine help, guidance, and protection, for inner and outer healing at all levels. We thank you, Lord God. We thank you all. With tremendous gratitude, respect, and the deepest of love, we thank you, thank you, thank you, in full faith. So be it, and so it is. Thank you. Whoa, that's an intense invocation. That would probably be connected to something that I did last night. Awareness. So welcome everybody to another beautiful Sunday. I'm super, super glad that we can log on normally. The Wi-Fi is very dependable. It's not in and out, on and off, like it was last Sunday. For those of you who came on, so appreciative, and my apologies for dropping the ball. Don't worry, I still owe you guys a Thursday and a Sunday. I'm fully aware of that. Not a problem. Not a problem. So, our lecture today. So today is May 30th, 2021. And this is my second to last day of doing the month of May traveling, which has been phenomenal, which someone mentioned, oh, you're going to be writing about your insights. Yes, I'll be writing about it. I hadn't thought about writing it because, so those of you who've been following any of the stuff we've been putting out over the past couple of years, usually every 6 months, I write this article and I post on Facebook, some general topic in the pop culture that I want to discuss from my own life experience, my own viewpoints, maybe insights I've received from working with clients, what I understand about Grandmaster Cho Kuksui's teachings in Pranic healing and Arhatic yoga. And that usually takes a long time to write, anywhere from 10 to 20 hours to write it, to make sure it's clear. Everything that I do, I always want it to be clear. That's a really, really important thing for me as a Gemini, as a person who focuses on communication. I want people to go, aha, I understand what he's saying. And then I understand what the practicality of that is. Like, okay, that's how I can use that thing. So whenever I write an article that's 10, 20 hours long, I want somebody to walk away with, aha. So, but maybe I could write an article about the travels over the past 31 days or 30 days, but 31 days in total. And, or I could just do a video. So I haven't quite decided yet, but I want to do it around June 1st, still within my Saturn period, wrapping things up, ending things, letting things go, and then moving forward into my sun cycle. So part of what I was realizing is when I was traveling, I was connecting intermittently throughout the time that I had, cell phone reception or Wi-Fi reception. And I was connecting with my mentor, and she would be looking clairvoyantly at the things that I would be doing, places I would be going, campsites, etc. And never in my whole life have I gotten a greater realization of how different energies can be. And I don't just mean energies from one state to another state. I don't just mean the energy of a cloudy day versus a sunny day. I mean literally how energy can change from neighborhoods to neighborhoods to neighborhoods to neighborhoods. And just because something looks physically beautiful, right, doesn't mean the energy is good. Really want to hear about your play. It's done. So as you do your spiritual practice, your energy changes, right? You are the violet flame. You are the thing that transforms and transmutes, right? So when we are lower vibrational energy, when we are ordinary common people, which I remember one time somebody took offense. I've actually had a couple people take offense to that, the term ordinary person. But ordinary person simply means an average person, right? So just like you have average heights, you have average weights, you have average intelligence, right? And so you can also have average development, right? Because everyone wants to be a special snowflake, which we are ultimately, right? Actually, the funny thing is we're more diverse in our lower levels than we are in our higher levels. Our higher levels, there is no separation. There's only oneness. We're completely like each other. So isn't it funny? I'm just having my own aha moment in this moment. So on the lowest level of truth, that's the greatest diversity. As we go higher and higher and higher in truth, we see only oneness. So think about that. Think about people who try to separate and divide. Interesting, right? Huh. We're less special than we realize. I just had several ahas. Okay, so when we're meditating, our vibrations are changing. So we don't really know if our energy body is gross, dense, and heavy, meaning we're a heavy meat eater, we're a heavy smoker, we have no awareness and no focus on the divine. We have no awareness of the divine. And then if we have that awareness, we also have to practice putting our attention on the divine. But if we're not doing any of these things, our energy body is very, very heavy, very, very dense. So environments that are heavy and dense, we don't notice them. We don't notice what's happening, but here's the thing, it's still adversely affecting us. Right? It's still adversely affecting us. So there were places that I went to. For instance, I went to Mount Shasta, which probably is my most favorite place that I've ever been to. It's Northern California, and that particular space is a sacred space that's connected to a spiritual teacher that actually had the responsibility of evolving humanity for North America. Right? So you look at this place, 3,000 people, right? Teeny tiny place. There's a train that goes through it twice a day ish. So it's loud when the train goes through the town, but it's so still, so peaceful, so nurturing and nourishing. You're like, you feel, my experience was like being at a spa all day long. And I'm not saying that to exaggerate. I literally mean it was like being at a spa. When you go to a spa and you get spa treatments, how do you feel? You feel super relaxed. You feel safe. You feel protected. You feel provided for. You feel nourished. You feel like, wow, if I could just stay in the spa all the time, what would life look like? Right? So it was like that. But then a town I went south of that is called Eureka, California. Now, if you look at it visually, you're like, huh, Eureka, California, right by the ocean, beautiful. The buildings, actually the buildings in downtown Eureka were beautiful, very like historic buildings. I guess the whole downtown is a historic area, and used to be a port, an active port, et cetera, et cetera. So visually, it looked really, really nice, right? But energetically, I could feel the heaviness, the depression, the sadness, it wasn't not at all good. So then, interestingly enough, I went onto Wikipedia and I looked up the stats about this particular city, Eureka, California, and it says higher than normal crime, higher than normal violence, higher than normal fill in the blank. But it had nothing to do with what I was seeing, because it's not like I went all over town and knew the good spots and the bad spots. It's just as I was going through town and stayed there, my body didn't feel good at all. And then contacted mentor, we looked, We scanned and we got some clarity. Then interestingly enough, as I was in my travels, I went to the Sequoia National Forest. Giant, giant, like the size of a state, right? This particular forest is so big. And there's three major forests right next to each other. You have Sequoia, you have King, I think it's called King. I'm forgetting the other word in it. And then the Sierra, right? So there's three giant forests all right next to each other in middle of California, more northern, but pretty much middle of California. And you would think, right? You would think going to a forest that has millions and millions and millions of trees would be what? Vibrant, full of life. Yes? So I went through Sequoia. I went to the the giant Sequoia forest. There's a specific part of the Sequoia forest that just has the giant sequoias. It's not the entire park, which I thought it was the entire park. Not every tree was giant, but throughout the park there'd be giant trees. But I guess it's just in one specific area. And so, so as I was going through it, I go, I don't understand it. Why do I not feel like I'm in nature? I was literally surrounded in nature, giant trees everywhere, but I didn't feel at all that I was in nature. I felt no vitality, no high energy, and I couldn't put my finger on it. So the next day, I'm just doing some work on the computer in the car, like I was, for the whole time. And then I said, my mentor messaged me, and she says, "So what was your experience like in the Sequoia National Park?" And I said, "It wasn't pleasant at all, even though it's beautiful, beautiful visually." And she goes, "Huh, okay, interesting." She goes, "What do you see?" So I told her clairvoyantly what I was seeing at the place. And she goes, "Very good." And I go, "All right, well, what's the deal? Why am I seeing that? It doesn't make sense." There are parks in Denver, Colorado, in a major metropolitan area, that I felt more vitality from nature than the Sequoia National Park. Interesting, right? So she says a couple things. All right, we'll look at it. How many people know about the park in Denver? And how many people know about the Sequoia National Park? I said, yeah, millions of people know about the Sequoia National Park. So what? And she goes, how many people visit the park in Denver and how many people visit the Sequoia National Park throughout the year? I'm like, I mean, a couple thousand, the park in here, and maybe millions of people. And she goes, right. And she goes, how many people have read books, bought books, looked at tour maps of the Sequoia National Park? I'm like, millions of people. And she goes, and how long has this been going on for? I go, I don't know, 75, 80 years. She goes, exactly. So humanity is constantly connecting to that area, and then that influences the beings within that area. So it brings the collective thoughts, feelings, and energies of the world there. So it's not so vibrant. I was like, huh, okay. So she says, now go higher. Because you realize that wherever you go, there's levels of energy there, right? So if you go to a really dangerous part of town, there's a lot of crime, there's a lot of poverty, there's a lot of drug use. There are lower vibrational energies, there are entities, elementals, etc., right? But would you also agree that there are higher energies, right? There's beauty. So there are yogis that specifically will meditate at cemeteries and in garbage heaps because they're practicing transmutation. They're turning lead into gold, right? So she goes, go back to the Sequoia National Park and connect to the higher energies. Connect to the beauty, connect to the vitality, connect to the beings of nature, not to the collective thought forms, energies of people that plug in there, but go higher. And so all of a sudden, everything became super brilliant and vibrant and light, right? So what's the lesson? Is that even though we may not be consciously aware of how our environment influences us, which Grandmaster Toho Koksui developed an entire course and book on, Pranic Feng Shui, or Psychic Self-Defense for Home and Office, teaches you about that, of shielding yourself from your environments. But there are different levels of truth to every environment. So you can choose what you want to merge with, but it requires will. It requires awareness and will. So if you feel unsafe in an environment, let me connect to the safety energies, right? It requires more effort, more will, more awareness, and you're still being influenced by those lower negative energies, right? So if you're in a space, if you're in a city that you feel unsafe in because you feel those energies, you're constantly merging yourself and you're making yourself more unsafe, right? Because you're merging your energy with that, which is then draining you, right? So you have to go higher. You have to merge to higher energies. You have to go, all right, I am one with the infinite ocean of love. I'm one with the infinite ocean of peace. I'm one with the infinite ocean of healing, right? So certain environments make it easier than other environments to do those things, right? All trees are connected. Maybe they're feeling the ravages of the fires. Correct. Correct. There was there. Yes, go ahead.
May I have yeah a comment on that? Mentioned it in a live stream about it
Mm-hmm.
when you were in the forest or somewhere. But you said to connect to what we are familiar with. So if we are familiar with environments where there is lower vibration energy, we're going to connect to that even if we are in a area with different kinds of energies. So then I think it requires awareness of what am I connecting to right now, and then like you
Right.
say, to go higher.
Well, that also goes.
That's
That's a
it.
good point. Good. That also brings us to what is within you. What is within you? So when I
Exactly.
when I was going to Antelope, Oregon, to check out Osho's previous ashram from the mid '80s, and then when I also went to the nudist hot springs in Ridgeway, Colorado, similar energies, but lower energies. Because the lower energies within me, the lower sex chakra energies that have not been cleansed and purified entirely, part of my energy body merges with those energies, are attracted to those energies. And so when I go to that space, I'm vibrating at that level because it's easy. It's familiar for me to vibrate at that level. So what do I have to do? Have awareness of my sex is hurting. This is hurting. What am I connecting to? What am I merging with? Aha, the lower energies of that space, of that place. So then I have to consciously disconnect and then be aware of the higher vibrational energies. And it was not easy. So again, you might be saying, wait a minute. Are you telling me that you're in Oregon, the middle of nowhere, literally, you have to drive an hour on a dirt road to get to a place where all there is nature and you are experiencing pain? Yes. It doesn't make any sense. Now, if it was in a major city and there was crime and there's this and all of these things were taking place, you go, of course it makes sense that you're stressed out, that you have this anxiousness. I mean, look at it. It's obvious, right? It's obvious. Look, there's a police station right there. Look, there's a garbage heap right over there. Look, there's a homeless person shooting up heroin right there. Like, that's obvious. But in nature, in the middle of nowhere, a beautiful lake, beautiful trees, constant air cleaning the space out. That doesn't make sense. Surprise, surprise. So that's why we have to not only be physically aware of our environment and what kind of contamination it may or may not have, but we also have to be energetically aware and to go higher. So here's something interesting, and I'll end with this. I'm already kind of saying a little bit too much than I should, but this is my private area. So I didn't understand. I've heard of this for years, and I didn't understand it until this trip. That humanity lacks a tremendous amount of awareness of other kingdoms. So we're like solar plexus, me, myself, and I, that's all that matters. So we are not aware of the other kingdoms and the other beings, angels, devas in certain areas throughout the world, right? So Sequoia National Forest, there are beings that take care of the place that are under a lot of stress because of humanity. So if humanity was respectful of nature and connected to higher energies within nature, then there wouldn't be so much contamination and it wouldn't be so challenging for the other kingdoms to clean up the place. So when I started going to, how much should I say? Okay, when I went on my first camping trip, I was in Sun Valley, Idaho. Beautiful area, right? That was the one that you saw. I was just like, I was just next to a big hill in the middle of nowhere. Now, there are campsites all over this place. It's just it's just a flat piece of land and a few rocks in a circle for your fire pit. That's it. There's nothing else. There's no bathrooms. It's as nature as you could possibly get, right? There isn't even like wood around to grab because you're kind of so much in the middle of nowhere. It's more like what do I call it? Like arid, right? It's more arid in that area. So I set up my tent, super excited. This is my first time ever camping alone, my first time ever setting up a tent by myself. I'm like all jacked up about it. It said on the instructions, 10 minutes to set up. I was like, sweet, 10 minutes, plenty of time. An hour and 5 minutes later, I was like, are you kidding me? Who sets this up in 10 minutes? Now that I've done it many times, I can set it up in 10 minutes. But initially, because that's not my skill set, mechanical things and reading directions and put A into D and like it's just not how my mind works. So I set up shop and then I go camp and then I go to sleep and I am irritated all night long. Weird things are happening. I'm not feeling rested, like exhausted. Right? Just like it just wasn't a good experience. And I go, this doesn't make sense. I feel like I'm in the city, but I'm in the middle of nowhere. And so, get a message from my mentor. How are you doing? How was your sleep? How was your first night? And she goes, I was really worried for you. I go, why? She goes, because there were things that were watching you all night sleeping, observing you, and they weren't very happy. And I go, what are you talking about? Like I just set up a tent. I'm in the middle of nowhere. Why would something be unhappy with me? And then this led into higher levels of teaching, higher levels of understanding. And so I was like, huh. So you're telling me before I camp somewhere, I have to invoke. Okay, so I have to invoke, I have to ask for permission, and then I have to raise and then by doing that, my energy is merged with the higher beings of that area, right? Because we have different beings. Yes, we have a hierarchy. So you can hang out with the lower beings. It's like going to a party, right? You can hang out with the scrubs, or you can hang out with the VIPs. So what was I doing? Because I wasn't invoking, because I wasn't asking for permission, because I'm just whatever. But why was I suffering? Because how many people go camping and they have a good experience? Why was I going camping and I was being tormented? What's the difference? Because my energy body is different than ordinary people. So I experienced it differently, but I was experiencing a negative feedback because of the difference in vibration, but I didn't have the awareness as to what's happening or why is it happening, right? Awareness and understanding. So what did I start doing? I would invoke, I would ask for permission, and I'd merge with the higher beings of that space. And then my meditations were amazing. My stillness was amazing. My sleep was amazing. And then as an experiment, I said, let me just try to not invoke, right? Because I camped many times. I'm like, I'm just going to set up shop and see what happens. And inevitably, irritation, pokingness, and then waking up feeling drained and really not excited to start the day. And meditations weren't pleasant either. So what's the purpose what is it I'm getting at? Is that throughout our space here, upstairs, neighborhood, campsites, cities, towns, grasslands, deserts, mountains, there are beings that are running the show, right? There are lower beings helping out, high, middle management, and then higher beings. And so when we invoke, when we ask for permission, and we consciously merge with the higher energies, the experience is much, much better. So just because a place is physically clean doesn't mean it's energetically clean, and it doesn't mean you're also merging with the higher energies. So it has to be energetically clean, and you have to consciously merge with higher energies. And I never would have imagined my sensitivity being that sensitive, because literally I could go in the car and drive 5 minutes and the energy is completely different. And I was like, how is this possible? Because there are other factors. Maybe that particular street, there's a great person on that street, right? There's a very developed person on that street. Maybe another street, there was a murder, there was torture, tormenting, all kinds of things, right? So when you're more sensitive, more things are revealed to you. But also, if you lack gratitude, right? We talked about that. If you lack gratitude, if you lack asking for permission, if you lack awareness and understanding, you're going to suffer. Now, my energy bodies were suffering. If you knew the places I grew up in and the energy I surrounded myself with, you would be very surprised, but it makes sense as to why I was the way I was. So just because you are not aware of the lower energies doesn't mean they aren't affecting you. So when you experience trauma, the trauma is still in your energy body and it's still affecting you. You're not aware of how it's affecting you, but it's still affecting you. It's like I asked somebody before I go, okay, if you had cancer and it was destroying your cells from within, would you know about it? Most likely not, right? Because we lack awareness of the physical body. But if you had cancer, but your awareness of it or not doesn't matter how it affects you. Cancer is still going to kill you whether you're aware of it or not. An environment that is dirty and congested is still going to affect you whether you're aware of it or not. Trauma that you've experienced in your life, whether you're aware of it or not, is still going to affect you energetically, psychologically, etc. I'm aware of lower energies too much sometimes. Correct. Natives did that for centuries. Wow. Mm-hmm. So invoking, asking for permission, merging with the higher energies. And it was kind of cool because I stayed at that place for a day and a half, the first place. And I was like, sorry, guys, my apologies. I invoke, I ask for forgiveness. I ask for permission, and the energy changes. And for people who can see energy, it validates, and scan energy, it validates. But humanity is very much like unconscious. So it's like, hey, it's nature. Throw out your tent, stake into the ground. You start cooking, and you're like, yeah, this is amazing. Which is kind of funny because a lot of people that I know that do camping regularly have lower vibrational energy bodies. So that's why camping and being in nature is good for them and nourishing for them, because they aren't sensitive, right? They're not sensitive and they're not aware. And also, the more awareness you get, the greater your responsibility. Remember we talked about this in pranic healing in the advanced class. If you're projecting a color, if you're accidentally projecting the wrong color, there will be a being that will come in and change the color to help the patient. But if you willfully say, I'm not going to project the right color, I'm going to project a color that I feel like projecting, that being is no longer available, and then you're generating the negative karma for yourself, right? So it's like, if you're unaware of something, there are beings helping you out, guiding you, protecting you. But as soon as you gain the awareness, now you have to consciously do that. So now at this point in my life and this level of awareness, I can't go camping anymore and play dumb. Whatever. I don't need to ask for permission. Not interested. I'm putting out my tent, like it or not. Right. So I hope that was an interesting lecture for you. Experientially, it's even more interesting. And that's what we're all working towards, having the experience of the divine. So let us do our physical exercises. So again, because it's Sunday, it's a little bit longer and we do healing. We're going to do 2 songs. Christian, that's 4 fingers. We're going to do 2 songs. Move your body, exercise. Chrissy, whatever, that was funny. Exercise, move your body, and we'll come back. Let me pause everyone here. Play. Recording in progress, everyone. Just so you know, we're not, what is it? Filming you against your will? Oh, Zoom. You and your legal. Okay. So sit comfortably. Remember, each time you practice, you want to get better and better at being still, not just physically still, but that's the start of it, but emotionally still, mentally still, and even spiritually still to the best of your abilities. So every time you meditate, you want to do it with awareness, right? You don't want to do it by rote. Like, oh, here we go again, activating my heart. Here we go again, activating my crown, right? You want to do it with sincerity, with reverence, with a deep, deep gratitude. And you'll get the most out of your experience and out of your practice. So let's do our 6-3-6-3 breathing. I'll count for the group. It's in the nose for a count of 6, hold for a count of 3. It's out the nose for a count of 6, hold for a count of 3. The breathing is smooth, rhythmic, and quiet. If someone were sitting next to you, they should not be able to hear you breathing. It's not that kind of pranayama. Okay? And when you inhale, your belly goes out. When you exhale, your belly goes in. For the first breath, let's exhale out through the mouth. Inhale through your nose. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. I think I got that. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Inhale. Breathe normally. Be aware of the stillness. Be aware of the peace within you. Be aware of the bliss within you. Be aware of your crown. Be aware of the center of your crown. Silently repeat after me. I am the soul affirmation by Grandmaster Chogo Kokusui. I am the soul. I am not the body. I am not the emotions. I am not the thoughts. I am not the mind. The mind is just a subtle instrument of the soul. I am the soul. I am a spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, and divine power. I am one with my higher soul. I am that I am. I am one with the divine spark within me. I am a child of God. I am connected to God. I am one with God. I am one with all. This is the truth, regardless of the brain's capacity to experience the truth. I am the soul. Be still, be aware. Maintain your stillness. Maintain your sense of oneness. Raise your hands in blessing. See the beautiful earth in front of you. See it as though you've never seen the earth before. This is your very first time seeing the planet Earth from afar. Be aware of your heart, your hands, and the earth. Recognize that this earth provides us with physical life, with our physical family. With all the different kingdoms. This is our current home to learn lessons, have experiences, and to obtain illumination. Through service and through meditation. Beware the heart, the hands, the earth. Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. And where there is injury, pardon. Shower the entire earth, every person, every being, with peace, serenity. See the serenity radiating throughout the entire planet with love and sweetness. People smiling, happy, joyful, at peace with who and what they are. And with forgiveness, see the entire planet being flooded and filled with forgiveness. See people being healed of their past, rather than psychologically going back again and again to the past mistakes, past hurts, past pains. See people being present. See people learning from their past and letting go and moving forward. Mentally say, I forgive and I ask for forgiveness. I forgive all those who have hurt me recently or in the distant past, and any and all time, space, and dimension. I forgive. I realize that we're all in the process of growing and evolving. We all make mistakes. I've made my mistakes and learned from them, and the persons who made mistakes can also learn from them. You are all completely forgiven for all who have hurt me, known and unknown. You are all forgiven. So be it. So be it. So it is. And for those who have hurt through my action or inaction, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. And I accept your forgiveness. I've learned my lesson. I won't make the same mistake again. Thank you for healing me. Thank you for being an instrument. And thank you for allowing me to be your instrument. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I forgive and I ask for forgiveness. So be it. Where there's despair, hope. Where there's doubt, faith. Think of the people in your life who are going through difficult times, who can't seem to get ahead, who can't seem to figure it out, no matter what avenues they take, no matter how much time they have. See the people in your life that are going through pain. May they be blessed with hope and faith. May they learn their lesson and may they move forward. May they be in alignment with the will of God, the will of their higher self, the will of their teacher, and the will of God. May they be in alignment. May they be blessed with hope and faith. So be it. And where there is darkness, light, sadness, joy, all the places throughout the planet that are going through transition, that are in need of light, send light there. Send consciousness. Awaken the beings and the kingdoms within those particular areas that are struggling. See the entire earth flooded and filled with light and joy. What would a bright, bright, bright world look like? What would the experience of that be? If the world was flooded and filled with joy, what would that be like? It starts with the individual. So be it. Be aware of your crown, be aware of your hands, and be aware of the earth. O Divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, and to be loved as to love. See the entire earth being flooded and filled with consoling energies. See people helping people, serving others, healing others, teaching others. See people being generous and kind to one another. See people understanding. It's not about right or wrong, it's about understanding. It's about meeting the other person where they're at and helping them go higher. Understanding brings greater love, much, much greater love. And be aware of your heart, be aware of your crown, both very, very activated, expanded. Allow your palm chakras to continue to expand, becoming a greater instrument for the divine energies to pass through. For it is in the giving that we receive. Feel the energy pass through you. You are a waterfall of light passing through. Just let it pass through you. For it is in the pardoning that we are pardoned. As we forgive others, we move forward. As we practice mercy and compassion and forgiveness, we move forward. We're no longer bound by the karma. We let go. It is in the dying that we are born to eternal life. What dies is the physical body, the emotional body, and the mental body. What is left is the I am, the immortal, the continuous consciousness that we are. Know who you are. Be aware the heart, be aware the crown, be aware the hands, be aware the earth. Amen. St. Francis of Assisi, gently lower your hands in your lap, palms facing up. Be aware of the love in your heart. Really tap into the love. Go deep. It's okay. You have permission. You're being guided and protected by God and the great ones. Go deep into the heart. Access the depths of your heart. The love that you are. Go past the programming, past the expectations, past the not being good enough. Go past all those things. Go to the essence of who and what you are. Love. Merge your consciousness with that love. Inhale. Be aware of 12 inches above your crown. Exhale. Send that loving energy to the 12th. Be aware of the love within you and the point of light. As you hear the mantra Om, be aware of the expansion. Be aware of the ocean of light. And just let go. Hmm? Let go. Slowly and gently come back. Slowly and gently come back into your body. Move your hands, your fingers, move your feet, move your toes. Come back, come back, come back. Come back to your body. Let's raise our hands on the chest level and release the excess energies. Be aware of the earth in front of you. Be aware of the heart, the hands, and the earth. With the blessings of God and Grandmaster Choa Kok Sui, let the entire earth, every person, every single being be blessed with divine light, love, and power, with divine help, guidance, and protection, with soothing, healing energies. Blessings be to all, healings be to all without exception. So be it. With the blessings of God and Grandmaster Choa Kok Sui, let Pranic healing, Arhatic yoga, the Twin Hearts meditation, and higher practices spread properly, rapidly, enthusiastically throughout the entire planet to alleviate the suffering of mankind. May mankind be healed. May mankind be transformed. May mankind be illuminated. So be it. So be it. So it is. Let's bless the week. Imagine each day in front of you. With the blessings of God and Grandmaster Choa Kok Sui, let this coming Monday be blessed with divine light, love, and power. With calmness and emotional stability, let Monday be blessed. So be it. Let this coming Tuesday be blessed with divine light, divine love, divine power. With physical strength and vitality, let Tuesday be blessed. So be it. Let this coming Wednesday be blessed with divine light, love, and power. Let it be blessed with proper and effective communication. Let Wednesday be blessed. So be it. Let this coming Thursday be blessed with divine light, love, and power. May be blessed with prosperity, abundance, and great, great success. Let Thursday be blessed. So be it. Let this coming Friday be blessed with divine light, love, and power. With happiness and joy of a successful week. Let Friday be blessed. So be it. Let this coming Saturday be blessed with divine light, love, and power. Let us properly and rapidly learn our spiritual and material lessons. Let Saturday be blessed. So be it. Let this coming Sunday be blessed with divine light, love, and power. With happiness and joy of a successful following week. Let Sunday be blessed. So be it. Let the entire upcoming week be flooded and filled with so much light, love, power, golden energies. All the environments we are in are covered in gold. All the people we interact with are covered in gold. We ourselves are covered in gold. Beautiful spiritual energies are concretized in all of our environments for this upcoming week. So be it. So be it. So it is. Stay alive. With the blessings of God and Grandmaster Choa Kok Sui, let each and every one of your friends and family members be blessed and healed. May they be transformed. May your relationships be healed. May they be filled with harmony, happiness, joy, inner peace, inner stillness. So be it. May all of your relationships be blessed. So be it. May this group be blessed. May the Inner Transformation membership be blessed. May each and every person part of this group become better each and every day, each and every week, each and every month. May they have a stronger connection to their higher selves. May they see higher truths. May they experience higher truths. May they be greater instruments of goodwill and the will to do good. May this group attract those who are open and receptive to higher practices, higher teachings, higher understandings. So be it. So it is. And may you be blessed. May your heart's desires be fulfilled. May you live a good life. So be it. Have your hands facing down towards the ground. Be aware of the base of your spine, the soles of your feet, and letting go of the excess energy out of your hands. See yourself rooted and connected to Mother Earth. Let Mother Earth be blessed. Let Mother Earth be healed. Let Mother Earth be rejuvenated, regenerated, and revitalized now. So be it. So be it. So it is. Let Mother Earth be blessed with good air, good water, good earth, and good people now. So be it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So be it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Place your hands on your heart. Be aware of your heart. Be aware of your crown. Be aware of them together. To the Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, respected and beloved teacher, Grandmaster Cho Kuksui, Lord Mahaguru Jamiling, the Lord Buddha Kuan Yin, the Lord Ganesh, the Holy Master Count Saint Germain, to all the holy gurus, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, healing ministers, to our divine selves or higher souls, we thank you all for your great, great blessings, for your healing energies. Thank you for transforming us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. With gratitude, respect, and love, so be it, and so it is. Thank you. Welcome back, everyone. How are you? I'm not going to ask again. Amazing. Love you all. Oh, that's right. She had to go. She had to go at 10:30. That's cool. We finished, or yeah, we finished on time. Oh, she had to go before 10:30. That's right. Well, great meditation. My apologies that I couldn't stay in my body for almost all of it. I did the best I could. Feeling like waking up. Ah, optimal wake up, right? Good. Not allowed to say what I was going to say. Wait a minute. A lot of energy, the healing magnified, or you just like to say magnum. Is that a Dutch word? Magnum? You have to add 17 more letters to it that don't make any sense.
Sorry, my typing on the phone is not great.
Oh, maybe.
I wanted to say that it made me more peaceful because my solar plexus was a bit agitated this morning. So
Okay.
I feel more peaceful today. Yeah, but I was a lot of energy, so I was somewhere else. I don't know where I was.
She was in the void.
Places.
Girl.
I was in different places. So thank you.
So Christy, what do you mean felt pretty grounded most of the time? Meaning you give me some clarification. You can take yourself off of mute if it's easier.
Just here, I guess. I don't know. More aware of surroundings here.
Okay. Interesting. So from what we talked about in the lecture, would you say you were merging more with the physical environment? Okay, good awareness. Now, in your environment, you have physical, etheric, astral or emotional, mental, and spiritual energies, right? And the frequency of your vibration. This will be good for you. Okay. So the body that is most activated is the vibration that you will most resonate with. Meaning, if your physical body is in pain or there's something going on, it could be a good thing too, right? That means the physical body is most activated. So you're going to be merging with what's going on in your physical environment. If your emotional body is the most activated, your emotional body will be merging with the energies on the emotional plane, right? And then the same thing mentally. So if your mental body is primarily stimulated because you're thinking of something, like there's a problem you're trying to solve, there's something going on in the mental plane, you're going to be resonating with the frequency of the mental plane. So all the thoughts in your environment, you're going to be merging with. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Okay. So because it's the body that's most activated. So sometimes the mental body is really activated, sometimes the emotional body is really activated, sometimes the physical body is very activated, right? And that's the predominant energy you're going to be merging with. So that's why we practice the I am, the soul. Why? So we can go higher and not identify with the lower levels of truth. Okay. But that's good awareness. That's actually good feedback for you. So when you're wanting to go higher, you can ask yourself the question, which of my bodies is merging right now? Which of my bodies are most activated? I have this physical pain. Okay, that's where you're at. You're on the physical plane, right? You're feeling something. You're feeling a lot of love. You know, there's higher emotional planes and lower emotional planes. So if you're feeling lots of love in your emotional body, your higher astral body is most stimulated. That's what you're merging with. But if you're irritated and frustrated and upset and angry and whatever, then you're going to be merging your consciousness on that. That's why we always want you to go higher and higher and higher and higher until you reach a point you're not any of these things. True, you still know you have a physical body, but you're so far removed from it, you're like observing it from the universe. You're like, oh, there's a teeny tiny body. Got it. It's doing its little thing right now. I'm way out here because I am that I am. I'm the body and I'm out the body. I'm out of the body. So it's like the soul is the water and the body is the sponge. Does that make sense? So if you put a sponge in water, the water's on the outside of the sponge and on the inside of the sponge. So that's our soul. Our soul is inside of our body and outside of our body. It's in our emotions and not in our emotions. It's in our thoughts and it's not in our thoughts. So we are swimming in an ocean of our own self. I hope I didn't get too esoteric on you. Okay. So it's a practice. It's good awareness though. It's good because you're making that distinctions, and correct me if I'm wrong, even though you were quote unquote grounded in more so in your body, it wasn't like a horrible experience.
No, not at all.
Right?
Right.
But most people that are new to this world, they're in their body and they're like, I didn't go anywhere. I didn't see anything. I didn't feel anything. I didn't, right? There's a level of disappointment. But because you have greater understanding and you've been practicing regularly, you can actually start observing, hey, my body is kind of just here. But what's observing that? The soul. The fact that you can absorb, the fact that you can observe that you are grounded in the meditation means you're identifying with the soul, because the soul is what is observing. The physical body doesn't observe itself. The I am is observing. Even now, you hear me talking, and there's a part of you that's listening and observing that. What part of that is? It's you, the I am. Right?
Yep.
It's actually really good. It's a really good experience. It seems mundane, but it's actually not. It's quite profound. Oh, our babies are growing up. Love it. Okay, so anything else? Questions, comments, concerns? Let's do our exercises. I'll play music because everyone likes hearing music. But anything else for today? No. All right, let's play some music. Let's get after it a little bit. Okay, so everyone at home, jumping jacks, twisty turnies, then jumping jacks and twisty turnies, and then you do mental physics or you do Tibetan rites. If you're doing mental physics, 3 sets, 3 repetitions of 3 sets of each. If you're doing Tibetans, do 7, at least 7. If you're feeling a little ambitious, do 14. Okay. So you can ground yourself and absorb the beautiful energies of your practice. Pausing now. Welcome back, everyone. Hopefully you got your exercises in. Also, for our Arhatic yogis, make sure you store the energy after your meditations. It's not that you have to store it immediately within like 7 seconds after the meditation, or you're not going to have it it's in your aura for a while, so you can store it in your aura, or you can store it, as we've been taught in our Arhatic yoga, within a half hour or so. Someone from Odessa, Florida is giving me a call. Not interested. They can leave me a message. So hopefully you guys got value out of today. You learned something new. But again, this group is about learning a few major things and then practicing those few major things to transform yourself. It's all well and good to have hundreds of techniques, but if you don't understand any of them very well, what's the point? So I always go back to, if you get good at forgiveness and you get good at gratitude, you'll be a transformed human being. Because a lot of people don't understand forgiveness and gratitude, don't practice it. How can you practice something you don't understand? But its reach is profound. Two of the most important things that you can do on the path, not just in your spiritual life, but also your relationships, your personal life, your professional life, etc. Forgiveness and gratitude, very, very important energies. And we'll be uploading the other two, the Saturday, the Thursday and the Sunday this week. I just realized I might have to actually be to the airport a few hours earlier. Dun, dun, dun. Because I thought I was leaving at 7, which gave me enough time to drop off the rented car, but maybe my flight leaves at 6 o'clock and the rented car place opens at 5 for an actual person. So I might have to get there a half hour early and then drop off the keys and then maybe take an Uber, which is less than a mile to go from the Enterprise to the airport. So logistically figuring that out for today. But that being said, enjoy the rest of your weekend, the rest of your Sunday, or whenever it is that people are watching this. And I look forward to seeing your cute faces soon. Bye-bye, everyone.